Hello, this is our TMS consulting project showcase. Our group members include Kai Sun, Ke Yingzhu, Chen Xuejing, and Xinru Wei. First, I would like to talk about the background of our consultant. Our consultant is a video sharing company based in China, and they began to expand their business since 2010s. And they translate and localize popular anime series, manga, documentaries, and variety shows from multiple languages into Chinese. In their company, they both have in-house linguists and also LSP. The in-house linguists mainly serve as the reviewers for the translated contents. After the expansion, they started to have higher demand in localization translation. And also because they started to work with multiple vendors, there's a problem of poor vendor management and poor communication between in-house and LSP linguists. So our goal is to help them to increase their productivity and also achieve a smooth and secure communication among all parties involved. Next, we will have Sun Kai to talk about prioritized features.
Thank you. After our questionnaire survey and field survey, we identified all the stakeholders, the project managers, translators, and viewers. According to their feedback, we prioritized some features that are must-haves or requirements from stakeholders. All the following must-haves or requirements can be found in the XTM cloud, crowding, and SmartCat. For project manager, first, the TMS must be cloud-based, which is the basis for smooth and effective workflow. Second, when facing the increasing number of vendors, the feature of vendor price list and cost analysis becomes a must to help the project manager manage the budget. The third one is the feature of instant messaging, which is required by most of the stakeholders. The fourth one is to customize the workflow, which gives the project manager more flexibility during the whole localization process. The last and most important one is control over the segment length, which is very important for subtitle translation, as is a video sharing company. Next, my Paula will introduce some requirements from translators.
Thank you. There are many requirements from the translator's side, and many of them are basic functions. So I just pick out some most important functions to the video company. First, the QA check for consistency. Consistency is needed for subtitle translation, otherwise audience may be confused. Second, multi-user simultaneous work on a single job. Sometimes a video tends to be very long, and to be able to release the video as soon as possible, teamwork is important. That means many translators work together to complete a single job so as to attract and retain users on this platform. And third, built-in instant messaging chat. Just as I've mentioned, teamwork is important. So there must be an easy way for translators to communicate. Built-in instant messaging chat is a must. Next slide.
As far as reviewers are concerned, one of the most important features would be quality assurance. So automatic quality assurance or auto QA, QA check customization, and QA check for consistency are the three most important features for our reviewers. In addition, features that allow multi-user to work simultaneously on a single job and features that allow and built-in instant messaging chat would also be very important for reviewers to work with other parties, including translators and project managers. Next slide.
Here are some nice-to-haves which can help narrow down candidates based on the client's reality. From this table, you can easily find how the candidates meet the following nice-to-haves. The first one is the iOS 27001 certification. It sets out the requirements of information security management systems. It is part of the ISO 27000 family of standards relating to information and cybersecurity and offers a comprehensive set of controls based on the best practices in information security. The second one and the third one is vendor quality dashboard and automated vendor selection based on rules and quality scores. They can increase the project manager's efficiency when dealing with an increasing number of vendors. The next one is BMS, business management. If our client is considering a business management system and hoping to integrate it with the TMS, this is a feature the clients have to consider. The last one is payment processing. If the TMS has built-in payment processing, the project managers can simply complete transactions on it, which could be a big relief for project managers. And next, my partner will introduce how to set demos.
It is very simple to set up demos. So let's take XDM Cloud as an example. Our clients can first go to the official website of XDM Cloud and click on the Request Demo button on the upper right corner of the web page. Third, they can fill out the request form and click Send Request. A request will be automatically sent to the XDM Cloud company, and they can wait for someone from the XDM Cloud company to reach out to them. When they're waiting, they can simply fill out the TMS feature scoring form, which is partially showed on the next slide. Using this TMS feature scoring form, our clients can score the features they want the most, and they can find the TMS that suit their need. Next slide.
I will talk about the evaluation of requests for a proposal. When conducting the RFP process, you have to consider things like pricing, vendor stability, speed of deployment, support, your LSP, etc. Are you operating under a strict budget? Is the TMS vendor a small startup with venture capital, a provider of both tools and services, or a well-established company? Can they deploy the solution within your specific time frame? What level of customer support does the vendor include or charge more for? Is the vendor generally accommodating and easy to work with? You have to remember that there is always a human component to every technology solution. And also, whether your LSP is able to take ownership of new processes introduced by your chosen solution. So all these things are what you have to consider when evaluating RFPs. Next slide, please. Since there are so many aspects of evaluation, we provide the chart to better visualize what are the most important things for different TMS candidates so that you can make better informed decision later. Also, you can assign a weight according to your priorities so that your scores reflect what's actually important to you. If a vendor scores high in the trivial categories, but not so much in areas important to you, the weighting system should help balance out the picture. Now, let's have Tianxue for a pilot project.
Thank you. We always recommend our client to launch a pilot project. The best scenario for them is to have the TMS installed and connect to the company's content system so that they can see how a translation project actually works. This is a very important part of the TMS evaluation process, and it will help the company to see whether the TMS works for their company's needs from a technical perspective. Last, we would like to give our recommendation. We think that XCM has the most features that fulfill our clients' business needs for both nice-to-have features and must-have features. However, because this is a video sharing company that might have some business need to be able to handle audio or video files. Even though these features are not listed here, they might still need them. So one solution is that they can talk to the TMS developers and see if the TMS developers would be interested in adding on some features. This concludes our presentation. Thank you for listening.